Hey man, the earth is flat. Okay folks, let's talk about sundogs and why you think they're trying to make it so difficult to understand. I believe personally that God gave us senses to use in the correct way: what we see, what we feel, what we smell, and what we hear, not the opposite. You think that God would give us senses that work backwards, such in this next clip where the news guy has to explain what we are seeing?
Tonight's question, just like Wednesday's question, having to do with atmospheric optics. Colleen from Freehold asking me to explain what a sundog is. Well, we'll go back to graphics and I'll first show it to you. A sundog is one of those phenomena that you see around the sun. This is just an image I took off of the internet. The sun here in the middle, and you get these false suns or parhelion on either side. You can kind of see there's a halo attached to this. We talked about the lunar halo on Wednesday. Same process here. High thin cirrus clouds that are made up of ice crystals that are of a particular shape, six-sided hexagons. And when the light from the sun, or in the case of the lunar halo, the reflected sunlight passing through the crystals, they act as prisms essentially. They bend or refract, and you can then bend the visible light into the different colors of the spectrum. And this is what produces these kinds of effect. Now, when the ice crystals are generally variously aligned and kind of evenly aligned, that refraction tends to be fairly even and you get the halo. When the ice crystals are a little bit more vertically aligned, then that refraction or bending of light tends to be more out in the horizontal, and that's what actually produces these little false suns. You can see these kinds of solar optics really anytime during the year, but typically as we get into the cooler seasons, we have more of these storms that produce these high, thin cirrus cloud decks, and if you just look up, you tend to see the cool stuff.
Now, I believe that what we're seeing is exactly what we are seeing, and that is the refraction of the sun off of the firmament dome in which we live. We don't have to look far into everything and ask people who are controlled and told what to tell us. A simple home experiment can show us exactly what we are looking at, and compare that to a larger scale of what God speaks of in the Bible, the firmament. And we have truth.